Moving on here to the 4 o'clock game, Indianapolis Colts going over to Los Angeles versus the Rams. Indianapolis coming into this matchup 3-0 versus the Rams 2-1. I still don't know what's going on this season. I remember watching Pat McAfee absolutely disgusted by how everyone was talking about the Colts and how they were, such underdogs, and he didn't know why. And the consensus, I think, the country had all said it's because they have Danny Dimes as quarterback and they just don't have a team. And now they're 3-0 with Danny Dimes at the helm. And he has, no interceptions right now? There's no turnovers from the Colts so far this season. But I
he
think
looks like the best quarterback in the league right now.
It's insane. And you know what? I almost want to put the poop hat back on because I just don't. As a Giants fan, I just don't understand it because he looked just awful. But he's doing great here, and you know what? I have the powers. He's really proving a lot of people wrong. I mean, I don't know if it's a consistent thing. We'll have to see. My thing is always, small sample sizes don't really give you the full story. Really got to see what a good 2 seasons looks like of this. I know it's really extreme, but you never know. We can look at like CJ Stroud, where he has a great season and then comes in the very next season and looks a little bit worse, and now he's 23 and everyone's calling him washed up already. So we're going to see how Daniel Jones looks on the Colts for this season and next season. Who knows? This could be a very small stunt or it could be a really good thing for the Indianapolis. But yeah, I'm going. I don't even know how to call this one, honestly. This is just such a close one. I fought back and forth with this one because this game is just so weirdly matched for me. My brain says I want to take the Colts because they've just proven themselves to be a great team. But my heart is telling me the Rams. I don't know. I don't know why I'm going to the Rams. If you know me, I'm actually like a Rams hater, actually. But I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. They let me down last week against the Eagles. But I think it was more so just the Eagles just showing pure dominance over the league as they have been. But I'm going to give this one to the Rams. I think that Williams at running back there is going to be it's a good matchup between him and Jason Taylor. The wide receivers, Nakua going up against Pittman Jr. is another good matchup, but I think I'm going to give Nakua the edge there as the top receiver between both teams. And then you have Stafford versus Jones, and I don't know, man. I think Stafford's always been a fun quarterback to watch, and I'm going to take him with the advantage here in this game. Defense-wise, I like the Rams over the Colts, even though they both played really, really good. Shout out to Nick Cross on the Colts. Actually one of my favorite safeties in the league. But overall, though, I think I'm gonna take the Rams with this one. I think the Rams are gonna come out and really come out with an offense here. I'm gonna put this one not at a low score, but kind of like a lower type. What we've been putting on for the other teams here. I'm going to go with this one with a score of 17-14, kind of a defensive battle. I'm not even going to give the offense a chance. I'm going to give a 17-14 favor of the Los Angeles Rams in a close battle here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams here as well. This is a very tight game of the week for me for sure. I got the Rams taking it 30-28. Yeah, I think Stafford's definitely coming back with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder after the way they lost to the Eagles. And I got to just go with Stafford, man. I mean, guy's 37 years old, but shows consistency throughout his career and being able to be a difference maker in the game at the quarterback position. Danny Dimes, that team has not been tested yet by a great defense other than Denver. And that game came down to 1 point. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a field goal in the end for a penalty. So he's going to...
It came down to 2 field goals, actually. One was a miss, and there was then the penalty. Can't forget about that.
Yeah. So, yeah. And that was a defense that tested him, right? Other than that, they played Miami and they played Tennessee, and they were able to put up a bunch of points on some very piss-poor teams. So now he's going to go and play. These teams are very identical. On statistics sides of the board, offense and defense. And I think the Rams are going to rattle him, man. They're going to get in there. If they can get the run game going early and get Taylor fired up, that's going to be great for the Colts. But I think Danny Dimes makes that turnover, that perfection that he's been riding, it gets tested, and they capitalize on it for sure. I just can't bet against Stafford, man. He works the ball around that field so well. To Nakua, Adams, Higbee, Whittington, Williams, you know what I mean? Like it's not just one guy. Yeah, Nakua stands out the most, and Adams as well. But like he knows where to put that ball, where it needs to be, and he is able to get it there with the pressure on. And I'm yet to see if Danny Dimes is going to do that and be productively well at it against this Rams defense. He's really going to have to work hard. You know what I mean? Like they just made Hurts work real hard to come back. I don't see Danny Dimes pulling off no 19-point comeback. They showed that they could come out firing, and I know the Colts can too. But I'm giving it to Stafford and the Rams, man. They're going to win by 2. It's going to be a great game, but I just ain't counting out my Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Vic here. I feel like this game is gonna be the game of the week because you have the whole story around the Colts on if this is gonna be the team that they're gonna ride with the whole year, and if the vibe check in Indianapolis is that much different compared to a year ago. So you have that, and then you have a very good defense in the Rams coming into town, or you're going into LA to go against the Rams defense, and the Rams are coming off of a loss that should have been really a win last weekend, but it's just the Eagles came out so much stronger in that second half that shaped that game out. And I feel like that team's going to, like Vic said, come out with a chip on their shoulders and try to say, like, oh, no, we're not that team. We're definitely the better team in this matchup. So I do think the Rams are going to win this game. And I think, like Vic said, the Colts really hasn't been tested this year besides Denver's team. And like you guys were saying, it came down to 2 field goals. One being the penalty of what was it? Leverage, and the other one just I don't even know. But yeah, I do feel like this is gonna come down and be a game where we're gonna see if Danny Dimes is really living up to that Indiana Jones name that he has so far the first 3 weeks. And I don't know. I do think that this game is going to be very close because you have a very good running back in Jonathan Taylor over in Indy. And if he can get going, will this game be a game? And yeah, I just think this is going to be a very close game, similar to a score of Vic, but I'm going to have it being 35-31 in favor of the Rams.
Wow, maybe I'm the one that's a little off here. I felt like it was going to be a lot lower scoring game, but hey, by all means, I think it'll be one game of the week for sure. It looks like it's going to be a fun one. 4 o'clock start for this game over in Los Angeles. Should be a fun game here. Looking forward to it. All right, let's move on to the next game here.